Alright, so as I said in my short, I've got Steve, my guitar player. Steve Schmitt, he's coming over, going to record some guitar parts for me for some of these songs I'm releasing that really I'm supposed to release in the next week or so. So I think we'll get some good takes, and then hopefully I'm going to get a couple performance videos too. I'm going to see if I can convince him to sit with me and we'll just go through a couple songs, stuff I can release. I want to give some of the backstory of how we met. I wonder if he remembers exactly. So we'll talk about that. As I kind of wrote in my short, Steve is the son of Al Schmitt, who passed away this last year. And Al is a legendary recording engineer for Capitol Records. He's recorded everyone. Toto's Africa and Rosanna, I think, was him. He's got 23 Grammys. Worked really into his 90s. So, hold on a second. Hey, Bo! My pup's up there. Bo! Come on, hang out. This way! Come here. Come on. You nut. Whoop. There they go. Hi, Rain. So, let's see how much he remembers. I walked into instrumental music one day when I lived out in Newbury Park. Instrumental music is in Thousand Oaks, or that's where this store is. I think they have 3. And they have an expensive guitar room that you have to ask them to open. It's where they keep all their Martins and Taylors and more expensive Guilds and things like that. And when I walked in, the door was already open, and this guy's sitting in there just plinking around on the guitar. And I walked in and he goes, "Hey man, you gotta try that Taylor. It's like $6,000. It sounds great." So I picked up this Taylor and started playing American Dream, one of my songs. And he just started accompanying me. When I got to the end, he's like, "Man, that's a great song. Who wrote that?" And I was like, "Well, I wrote that." That's always nice to hear, right? And so he goes, "What else you got?" So I played another song. Maybe it was Lonely Wild Man. And he accompanied me on that. And by the time we had finished the second song, somebody who worked at the store had taken notice and walked over and said, "Hey, are you guys an act?" And I said, "As of 10 minutes ago, we are." And then I asked Steve who he played with. And he's like, "That's a hobby. You know, don't really play with anybody." So I invited him to come to a rehearsal with my drummer and I. And immediately could tell his guitar playing style, his tone, everything fits my music in a way that made me just want to have him playing with me. And so it's been tough during this pandemic. Haven't really gotten out and played at all. So this is our first time to get together, and I'm super excited about it. Hoping to catch some video about that. So had to get the dogs out first though, and it is chilly. My hands are cold. But so we're up at Placerita Canyon near my house. We're coming down into the grove. Starting to get some sun. It's going to warm up a lot. I'm going to get over there where it's a little bit sunnier so my hands can warm up. This oak grove is one of my favorite spots up here. We've come down here and seen a bunch of deer over there, and a lot of woodpeckers, hawks, saw a couple owls. It's really a beautiful spot. What are you sniffing, Bo? Anything interesting? Here's what I kind of like about this area. So this explains the Walker family. Frank Walker who 12 kids, holy moly. But they had this Placerita ranch, and look at this flyer. The Placerita Ranch, site of the first gold discovery in California by Francisco Lopez in 1842, 6 miles east of Newhall. And you can come out here and do gold panning and stay outdoors and kind of live in the outdoor lifestyle. This is in the early, like 1930 or something like that, 1920, 1930. To get reservations, you had to write to them, which meant you were waiting for a response, and I'm sure it wasn't just a couple days. That's kind of amazing. You know, we think that today we get on our phone before we pull up to a restaurant, we order our food, and we get notified when it's ready, or they walk it out to our car. So it was truly the Wild West. Must have been interesting. But it's a beautiful area. If you ever get north of Los Angeles, Placerita Canyon, head a little further east, or from the Placerita Canyon Nature Center, if you go east on the trail, you'll end up coming here. There's the trail. If I follow this trail, it'll take me to the Placerita Canyon Nature Center. But if you travel east on Placerita Canyon Road, directly across the street from the Golden Valley Open Space, there's a parking area. You can either park on the other side of the road, the opposite side of the Golden Valley Nature Center, or you can walk underneath the road. There's a little cave, or canyon, not cave, tunnel. It's paved. And it'll give you access to this side of the canyon, which has a beautiful meadow. You've seen it a few times. And just some great places to hike around, like I said. Oftentimes in the morning, but almost every time I'm here in the afternoon, evening, early evening, as the sun's getting ready to set, or right after it sets, you see just mule deer everywhere around here. So, pretty cool spot to come visit. So if you get the chance and you're north of Los Angeles, this is where you go. We're heading back to the car now. Got to get back, get some breakfast, finish getting the studio together, and then we'll get some video when Steve shows up. By the way, it was really cold today. Actually, it's still pretty cold. Sun is certainly helping, but my hands were frozen. So I came over here, just sat in the sun, hoping it would warm me up. It wasn't really that much warmer. Not yet. I'm starting to feel it now, which is nice. But, so one of the things that's going to be happening is I'm going to be announcing, probably in the next day or so, a songwriting challenge. And this is where I'm going to reach out to, really on Facebook and on YouTube, Twitter, if people want to follow and connect there, for song ideas. I'm going to take those song ideas, put them into a random selector, and we'll come up with a topic. And then I'm deciding if I'm going to do a week or 2 weeks to write a song to that theme, whatever the topic is. And I invite anybody else, if you're a writer, to write a poem or a song on the topic, on the theme. And of course, that's very loose. It doesn't have to include a specific phrase, or it might. But as long as it captures the theme of whatever random phrase, word, idea, or topic, comes out of the generator, then that's fair game. And from that, I might select one or two that I think were notable and showcase those. So look for that announcement pretty soon. I love the light in the back here. This is so cool. So look for that. We're going to do that song challenge announcement. And also, we are setting a date for our live stream. And our goal with the live stream is just a chance to, well, it does two things. It forces me to work on songs and keep up my chops a little bit, because I'm not out playing at the moment, although we're working on that. And secondly, my goal with that is to, of course, expose the music to as many people as possible. And as a format, we're going to try and keep it under 30 minutes. We have a short attention span society, and also people are busy. And so I'm not going to try and corral you into an hour-long set or something like that. No, it's going to be under 30 minutes, probably anywhere from 3 or 4 songs, Sometimes I might include a cover, but usually they'll be originals, so we'll be announcing that as well. In any case, when I get back, I've got to get the studio set up, have things all ready, so when Steve gets there, we can talk a little bit and then hopefully get some guitar parts recorded. We're starting with the song Reflections, so if you see my song list for Troubled Mind, Reflections is the second song I've already released, Making Peace with the War. And so the next song I'll be releasing will be Reflections, and hopefully Troubled Mind really at the same time. And so that's the first two songs that Steve and I are going to work on. Then we'll see what we can come up with. After that, maybe do, like I said, a live version of Lonely Wild Man, or something else. I'll let Steve decide. He has some of his own favorites, so we'll see. Terrifying. You guys are terrifying. So we didn't get any performance videos. I got a few shots of us recording, and I'll play those next. But it's really great to sit down with Steve and go through a bunch of these songs. It's the next day, just in case you're curious. I'm shooting this the next day. And I'm going to shoot another video right after this where I announce the song challenge that I mentioned in this video. Do another video. Anyways, a few clips of Steve. And you'll just hear his guitar tone because you're not going to hear any of the music. We're still taking those parts. We're going to mix them down. And I actually, Steve is a veteran of studios, but he hasn't done a lot of digital work. He used to engineer and, I'm sure learned a lot of that stuff from his father. So I had an extra laptop and an interface, and he was already helping me with my mixes here. Just his understanding of how to kind of design sound is really helpful to me. And so, so I set him up with a laptop and a simple interface, and I'm going to be kind of introducing him to this digital world. And the reason I'm going to do it is, look, I have my selfish reasons. We can't always get together. Schedules just don't allow it. And so I can send him off stems, and I'll show him how to bring it into a project, record some stuff. And also, we have other artists who need this kind of work. So I'm like, look, let's just have you record parts for other people. And it's kind of the future of recording will allow us to do a lot of stuff remotely. And it's always great to get together. But, the flexibility of just working on a part and, kind of in the privacy of your home or studio, whatever you set up is super helpful. So anyways, hope you enjoy some of the stuff with, just kind of hearing the tone he has and just really smooth, simple stuff that we added to 3 songs. Reflections, Troubled Mind, although he really wants to go through that again. He wants to do some other things with it. And then my song Clear the Air, which is the last song that we're releasing on the EP. But anyways, just show you a few clips of Steve and I sitting in the studio office right here at my desk, and sitting there with our headphones on, and he's just, playing some beautiful music. So anyways, hope you enjoyed it, and look for the next video where we announce our songwriting challenge. We're looking forward to doing that, and also our live stream announcement. See ya.
Let's do it again. Get rid of that. Let's do it again. Okay. So
Yeah.
this is the.
So that's where I do that little run up. I go. So at the end of the chorus, I go.
Yeah.
Life can turn on some pivotal dimes. We can even take parts. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah. Well, let's do one.
I mean, I'm keeping everything. I'll just
Okay.
We can throw away whatever.
Okay.
And then you just send it to them, and then they PayPal you money.
Did you after this? Did you want me to do like a little solo?
Yeah, we're gonna. There's a break after the last chorus. There's a break where I just go through
You tell me when I.
F C, and then I just go right to this run.
Okay.
Da, 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 and then it stops, and then starts the last verse.
again one more time.